How are you, Julian?
I'm very well, thanks. Kat, how are you?
I'm good. It's been a while since we actually talked. You've been to Europe in the meantime.
Yeah,
How
how,
fun was that?
that was awesome. Yeah, it was a real whole experience. Like it was kind of it's almost like music was a little fraction of what it was. There was so much other stuff going on that it's crazy. I almost look back on it not necessarily as a tour, music tour, but more of an experience. I reckon as a whole.
Because it probably was happening so fast you didn't know where you were or what you were doing anyway.
Yeah, I think that, and just like so many elements were new. The gig would be one fraction, but driving to a new country that day was like a whole thing as well. So there was just so much going on that I think it was and a roller coaster of emotions as well. Throughout the tour and being stuck in a van with 12 guys because we were touring with another band. Provided a lot of different experiences.
Well, are you like a little bit jealous? Because you probably get from one country to another country's venue quicker than you can get like from Melbourne to Sydney half the time.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's one of the things that's just so amazing Europe, and what you realise is just how big Australia is.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And isolated.
Yeah, it is, and you can really understand why bands do make it go there in terms of relocating, and it's amazing how you can drive an hour and just go to like a place where they got a new language, and just crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Are you planning or are you hoping to get back over there in the next year or two?
I'd love to, yeah.
Yeah. So it's in the back of your mind but not on the planning board just yet.
Definitely, yeah.
Because you have just released your album Voyage.
Correct.
And that's been a while in the release in Australia anyway, because you did release it in Europe when you went over there, didn't you?
Yeah, yep. We took it over there. We just finished the prints, and then we kind of thought, you know what? It was like a week before we went overseas. We thought, might as well take it with us. So we quickly got them printed up, and then when we came back to Australia, it was kind of heading towards the end of the year, and because it's a really difficult time for, bands like us releasing stuff, and there's so much competition with Big Dad and all the big festivals approaching, it's kind of like a bad time to do it at the end of the year. So we kind of, held off to, last week.
Yeah. And so is it the same version that you've released here that you did release in Europe?
Yep, it's the same version.
Right.
Obviously, we didn't have the proper artwork when we went to Europe, so we kind of smashed something out a little bit quicker so we could have something. But now, it's got the actual artwork in the release that just came out.
Yeah. Who's the artist?
Yeah, so name's Talia. It was a friend's girlfriend from where I work. I work at a cafe, and I sat down. She's an artist, and I sat down with her and I spoke about the music and the direction, and we brainstormed, and she came up with that sort of one piece of art, which is on the front cover. And then my friend from Ariel's, the drummer Brendan, you'll probably know them, he assembled all the artwork and put it together and put some other stuff in there as well.
Yeah. So, and now you are actually about to head off on a massive tour of Australia.
Yes.
It's like you've decided, well, you're just going to go to every place that you possibly can instead of driving the long distances.
Yeah, well, we're driving everywhere except Perth.
Right.
So the idea was to get back to a lot of places that we'd played when we were able to support the Butterfly Effect, and we got that awesome opportunity. And we're trying to get back to like some of those places that we haven't gone since, which is mainly, I guess, Tasmania. But I guess Perth, we've only been there twice previously. So it's about, going back and kind of hopefully building upon what we've done previously. And, with the album, I guess there's no ever a better reason to perform anywhere than when you release an album. So it was a good opportunity.
Yeah, because you're heading towards South Australia to begin with, but you are stopping in Ballarat on the way. You'll be in Ballarat on the 1st of March, which is the first show of the tour.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that week.
Yeah, and the tour doesn't actually finish until the 27th of April, so that's basically 2 months of touring.
It is, with these tours, and I guess more so touring, like when we were talking before with Europe and stuff. When you tour Australia, it's more so you're there on the weekend, then you go back to your base, obviously being Melbourne for us. So I don't know, you could probably smash out the tour in a lot shorter amount of time, but we're trying to avoid doing the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and even Thursdays if possible, just to kind of, have the best situation possible for the show.
Yeah, well, you are going to knock yourselves out right at the end of the tour when you're probably going to be tired anyway. You're doing 4 shows in 4 nights up in New South
Yeah,
Wales. Oh, and Canberra.
yeah, we are. And the thing about that works out well is with those shows, like and it comes down to the booking stuff. Like some nights, they're very rare, but there's a lot of shows on the East Coast driving down that actually, they got really good nights on Wednesdays and Thursdays because it's student nights and stuff. So we're able to do that. And that's always preferable anyway, if we could play as many shows close together. It's a lot easier.
Can I ask about the video then? Because you do have a video out, and that is for Utopia.
Yeah, which is track 2 on Voyage.
It is on the front of your website, which is greenthief.com.
Correct.
So people can go there and check it out. And you just released it actually, 2 days ago now, or a day and a half?
Yeah.
So can I ask you about the lineup changes?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen Greenthief, of course, a number of times now play. Yep. And unfortunately, I missed you at Rock the Bay this year, just last week, because you have 2 new members in the band.
Yes.
So, you have relocated to Melbourne because you were a Brisbane band.
Yep.
And you've relocated to Melbourne, and now you've got a new bass player and drummer.
Yep.
And how does it feel to you having these new players in the band?
Well, yeah, no, it's cool. I feel really, I feel good talking about it now. If you had asked me that same question, and I think you did, probably 4 or 8 weeks ago, I would have been a bit more hazy and felt a bit more dubious, answering it felt more comfortable. Now I'm really good because I've been really lucky and I've found 2 really good guys. As you know, I used to Steve and Tom, who were in the band, were amazing live and they were great. And them not being in the band anymore had nothing to do with other than just situation, just life getting in the way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was really sad, and I was kind of really bummed as well, and I was going through this big audition process, kind of feeling a bit bummed, to be honest, going through it, knowing that, there was such big shoes to fill, which there were. But, look, I've been really lucky, and I found guys who are, who are amazing, and they've kind of are filling the shoes, and I think Rock the Bay on Saturday really proved that to me more so, and, I'm feeling great, so I'm really excited, and I think it's just different, obviously everyone plays differently. I think it's just different, but I think, some people probably will say no, some people might say they enjoy it more. It just comes down to, I guess, what people will look for in music, but Greenthief has always had an evolving lineup, and it's just one of those things that when I started the band, I knew that it was going to be like this. I've always found it hard to find people who can kind of be as, I guess, dedicated as myself. So it's just something that's always happened, and I always hope it won't happen. But yeah, it's hard when you're kind of wanting to tour as hard as what I've always envisaged for the band.
Well, I do remember the first time we spoke, we discussed that you were actually a drummer and you started Greenthief because you got sick of bands breaking up. Yeah,
exactly. And I guess the reality of being a drummer is that you do have the least amount of control in those situations. So that's kind of what prompted me to start playing guitar and singing.
Well, you taught yourself guitar after that, didn't you?
I've always had an acoustic guitar since I was a kid and everything, so I always strummed. But I was just got a bit more serious I was still playing drums heavily, but I was kind of getting more into guitar, and it was just almost like a crossfade between drums and guitar.
And you mentioned being dedicated. Well, I did comment to someone last time I saw you that every time I see you play, you are better on that guitar, and it's hard to think you can get better, but you keep getting better.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm saying It's hard for you to get better because you are so good anyway.
Oh, thank you. It's kind. I think with the new guys in the band, we're always striving to kind of, I like to think of myself always working with people who always strive to, better themselves. I think it's really important. Otherwise, it's what's the point? Even now when we're rehearsing, each week we're trying to come back and think of stuff that we can improve. And, right now we're, rehearsing with the metronome, and we're just doing all these things that kind of just, I guess, gradually that can just improve, even if it's the tiniest thing. If we can make it improve something, we'll try and work on it.
Right. And before you do actually embark on your tour, this Saturday night you're going to Bendigo and you've got a show with Arcane Saints, Path of Destruction and Chase the Ace.
Yep.
How come that's not part of your tour? Why are you doing a show?
So basically, well, first up, we're already playing Bendigo, but we kind of make just did a call out, I guess, on Facebook saying, does any bands want a gig? And to be honest, we've actually been playing a few gigs under various names, just trying to get a live show together because, you know, obviously with the new lineup and everything. So kind of keen to play as much as we can. And Bendigo, just a gig that came about, and it'd be cool to go there. And like when we go back to the tour, it'll be our second time that we play there, which is like always a good thing, I guess. So
yeah, because you're going to be there on the 15th of March at the Music Man Megastore.
Yep.
Yeah, which is, I've heard that's a really good venue. I haven't been there.
Yeah, so have I. I've heard really good things.
And that's where this one is on Saturday night.
Yep.
And it's only $10 for 4 really good bands.
Yeah, and I'm really pumped. I'm actually excited to meet Mick. He seems like a bit of a champion of Australian local bands, which is like really always cool to meet people like that.
Yeah. And so with the merchandise, of course you're going to have the album available on the tour at your shows and that, but do you have some new merchandise, some Voyage T-shirts?
Yeah, in the process of getting T-shirts sorted out at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so T-shirts and CDs, and I'm going to try and make like a bit of a discography pack if people want to get the EPs and the album and the shirt sort of thing. So
if people go to facebook.com/Greenthief band, then they can give you a like and keep an eye out when the merch and that comes out.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, we got to link up there to our online store. I mean, greenthief.com is probably the easiest thing because it's just got the portal to everything.
Yeah, you've got the video and then you've got links to your Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram and email,
whatnot,
shopping
Twitter.
cart. Yeah, and all the shows of the Voyage tour are listed here.
Yes.
Yeah. And you do have an event for that, of course, which can be found on your Facebook page. And people can buy the album now in either digital or hard copy?
Correct.
On your website, there's a link there with a shopping cart.
It's a bit trickier because with this album release, we got distribution through MGM. So technically, we're not, like, it's not, the sales aren't through us or anything. So
all right.
It's external. So basically, I've got the greenthief.com site going to an external website, external store.
If you're with MGM, then people should be able to go into any JB Hi-Fi and order it even.
Exactly.
Which they might even find it in there.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, look at that. If you go to facebook.com/Greenthief band and click on the About section, there is a link to the physical copy at Waterfront Records.
Yeah, that's right.
So, and the iTunes link is there as well.
Yeah.
And I will say again, people should go to greenthief.com and check out the new video and all the links and that there. You do have a list there of all the shows.
Yep, should all be up there.
Which starts in Ballarat on the 1st of March at the Eastern Station.
Yeah.
I will definitely be there, I can guarantee that. And you're at my favourite venue on the 22nd of March in the front bar of the Espy.
Yeah, my favourite venue too.
It is so cool there, isn't it?
It's just awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Who you got playing with you there?
Sidonia and Teal, and there's another band opening.
Wow, even just Sidonia and Teal's a pretty good lineup.
Yeah, so it's
support.
Gonna be an awesome night.
I should ask who you've got playing in Ballarat with you on the 1st of March.
So we got the Sun Kings.
Yep.
And Morning After Morning.
Well, thank you very much, Julian.
No worries, Kat.
It's always nice talking to you. And, like, I just realised now that you are a Melbourne band, you've got no excuse. You are definitely going to have to come up to the studio one night.
Yeah, no, I'm keen.
We'll welcome you with open arms. Thank you very much and good luck on the tour.
No worries. Thanks so much, Kat. I'll chat to you soon, though.
Yeah,
sure.
I'm sure you'll kill it anyway. And the new album, Voyage, is available now. And as I said, you can go into a JB Hi-Fi or probably any record store and order it through MGM distribution.
Correct.
Or go to facebook.com/Greenthief band and go on the About section. It's available at Waterfront Records. And check out greenthief.com for everything Greenthief.
Yep, the portal to Greenthief land, I guess.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the grand unveiling of the new members.
Yeah.
And I look forward to catching up with you too.
Awesome, Kat.
Thanks. Have a good night.
You too, Kat.
All right.
Thanks very
See you
much.
in March.
Bye.
Bye.